Okay, so we are back now with game 2 between Fuse and Vae. If you're just joining, Vae did win game 1 in an exciting race. So now the stakes are high for Fuse. If Fuse is not able to close this one out, he will be out of the tournament. If he does win, we will have a game 3 scheduled for probably later this week or early next week. Timer has started. Our runners will be beginning momentarily. Okay, so what's in the shop here for Vae? We got a rune ring and a wooden golem, lots of MP. Triton is a very good yellow. Okay, so excellent starting shop for our runners here. Looks like Vae's gonna go with Triton. Let's Fuse one, yeah. Oh, and our runner's starting with one of my very favorite souls in the game, Student Witch. You can summon a group of cats to fight for you. Very useful soul. They actually move faster than Soma, so you can throw them and they'll dash ahead, clearing a path for you. It's pretty nice. Alright, so Fuse buying Wooden Golem for the MP restoration as well as Triton. And an interesting loop to start things out. That's actually very convenient because the Castle Corridor walk is pretty long. We also see that Book 2 is going to be bat-locked, so our runners will have to come back later on. Okay, so not much here. Now, interestingly, Fuse is opting not to do these checks, which will save him some time, since neither was very good. So actually, let me go ahead and switch over to Fuse's audio. He is in the lead at the moment. Excellent use of Student Witch on that Creaking Skull boss. Okay, Flying Armor. Very vanilla progression at the start. Okay, so Vae's going down here to do this check that Fuse skipped, but Fuse finds Hippogriff. Wow. Very early Hippogriff. It's actually going to blow this seed wide open. A whole bunch of areas are going to be accessible early. Yeah, why not? Fuse is gonna get that cloth tunic. It is better than nothing. Barely. And Undine, okay. So far, a very similar route between our runners here. The big difference has been that Fuse is skipping certain checks, which is adding up already. Early Forbidden. It's tough to survive here. Yeah, might be better to come back later on. Oh, maybe not? Fuse debating here. Nah. I agree. I think it's really risky to go that way. A death would set him back like 4 minutes. Okay, so Fuse decided to deviate and head down, maybe up to Dance Hall. Or maybe we'll go to Garden. Yeah, it looks like it's Garden, okay? Okay, now Vae is gonna risk this. Oh, never mind. Sees that 76 damage and has second thoughts. Alright, so actually both of our runners are heading to the left here. That's interesting. Fuse finds Garden. Okay, backdash for Fuse. Yeah, both of these runners are good at backdash movement. We didn't see too much of that last seed because of the early Panther. But backdash canceling is faster than walking, and these runners are both proficient at it. Alright, Vae finds the chapel. Now, in this kind of situation, something you can opt to do is do all of the checks with Hippogriff in the castle corridor area and kind of just get some intel. However, because the castle corridor back entrance is so close to the start, I think it makes sense to just pick an exit and go, and it's very easy to get back here later on. Alright, Fuse gets a really nice weapon in the Vijaya. Nice. Fuse throws on the Sherman ring, walks 3 steps and gets a level. Excellent. Big brained there. That was very smart. Interesting. So early waterfall for Fuse. This is great because there will be a teleporter right here on the left. And he can do all these checks first. Blue canister, hang on. Oof. Anytime you see a blue canister early, it's always in the back of your mind, is it Panther? I did not see what Fuse picked up there. Because of the dropped frames. Ooh, another blue. Just a Buersel. Yeah, good call there from Fuse, just resetting out. That Dryad, once it attaches its sprouts to Soma, the damage is crazy. It's so easy to die there at a low level. I think Fuse should probably opt to heal, or even just go back to the start. This is super high risk. Yeah, I wouldn't even bother with the checks below, just head on back to the start, get a heal. Galamoth for Vae. And Skula, wow, okay. So pretty stacked chapel here already. Okay, so Fuse deciding to just stock up on a lot of good healing items. I think that makes sense. He could choose to go right back to Reservoir now. Should be relatively safe. And Gravekeeper for Vae. So let's see, Fuse has access to a couple of new areas, but can't do this check down here because of the lack of schools, so might have to come back if that's something decent. Clock tower on the left. Now, in this kind of situation, I would typically recommend doing both checks, just to get some intel, especially because Clock Tower is quite a long backtrack. But we'll see. Could be something good here. So, they find Cemetery. This is a dead end. But there are, how many checks are there here? I think it's 4 checks total. Nah, just gonna come back later. Okay. Clock Tower paying off already with that Devil Find. There's our Rush Soul. Now, Fuse does not want to use a melon just yet. Gonna hold on to those. So now we have yet another divergence, they opting to go up to Dance Hall before going to the garden area. So it's super hard at this point to tell who's ahead. Fuse has done more checks overall, and has found more stuff. But it's unclear at the moment. Alright, so Great Armor is actually weak to electricity, meaning the Vijaya weapon. Super easy fight. So I think that's like the third level up Fuse has gotten from that Sherman ring. The way it works, for those who don't know, the Sherman ring will give you experience whenever you're walking. It doesn't count when you're airborne, only when you're on the ground. But yeah, those extra levels can be nice early on. Okay, so Fuse finds the silver gun, that's pretty good. And also loops back around to the reservoir. Okay, nice kicker skeleton pickup for Vae. Okay, so decision time for Fuse. Lots of areas opened up. Where to first? I think it looks like he's going to dance hall. But might also be doing the reservoir check instead. Yeah, okay, so Fuse is gonna head to the dance hall. Save split just in case he doesn't like what he finds. Meanwhile, Vae has had not a whole lot of luck here. One check left. And only a kicker skeleton to show for it. Okay, so the death fight. Vae has not picked up the Devil's Soul, so this fight's going to be a little bit tougher for Vae than it will be for Fuse. If Fuse decides to come down here. But yeah, the Burkang is a pretty solid, kind of like, high-tier weapon. So it's not bad. And I like the way that Vae is using the Bifron Soul here. Alright, so I think Vae's gonna keep this. He got a Man-Eater from Death, and what do we got behind Death? Gray Canister Malthus. Very nice. So Malthus is not strictly required with Flight, already unlocked, but so nice to have it. He can do dive kicks now, makes it easier to get around places without bonking your head. So that was good. In fact, let's go ahead and switch over to Vae's audio here. Fuse is gonna be knocking out those same checks for a few minutes. Now, I'm surprised that Vae is going to the warp point here. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm not. So actually, neither of our runners have access to slide. So unfortunately, that other exit in the dance hall is not accessible yet. We'll have to come back. Okay, so now Vae is gonna head in the same direction Fuse did earlier. Meanwhile, Fuse going through Forbidden. Alright, so what do we got? Chapel, okay. Okay, so current update on Go mode. Both runners know where the blue book is, but it's bat-locked, so they haven't been able to access it yet. Neither runner has found the red book or the yellow book. Otherwise, we're good to go here. So it's really going to be all about getting those books. So a little bit similar to the last seed, honestly, where there was a lot of progression early, but the books took a while to find. The big difference here is that without Panther, any routing mistakes are going to be even more costly. So whoever ends up with the best route is likely going to win this. Okay, so I think at this point, our runners are going to have to go around the reservoir. I'm not sure there are any other exits left. I could be missing one, but I think that's the situation we're in right now. Alright, let's see what Vae decides to pick up on this return trip to the shop. Should have a lot of money at this point. Pretty good weapons. Oh, I like that. Switching over to Tsuchinoko, which was picked up earlier for a small 20% discount on shop prices. Oh, you know, there is another area that our runners could go back to. Clock Tower with Skula is another possible exit that could lead somewhere important. Alright, so like Fuse, VaeVictus is stocking up on melons, getting a Tall Hammer as well, and a Poison Fist. So let's see, does Fuse want to tackle the cemetery? It looks like the answer to that is yes. Okay. But yeah, at the very least, both of our runners still have to find top floor. And yeah, just taking a quick peek at chat, yeah, either Bat is going to be found somewhere in the seed to get the blue book, or there will be a duplicate copy of the blue book somewhere that's not Bat locked. Both are possible, but I think it's a pretty safe bet that Bat's going to be coming soon. Okay, so a couple bosses here. Fuse finds Headhunter, which, yeah, shouldn't be so bad. Devil is one of the very best choices for Headhunter overall. Even better than Manticore. And Vijaya is obviously very good. Oh, a random Succubus drop for Vae. That's one of the best yellow souls in the game. Excellent for healing. Very fortunate there. Okay, all rock suit for Vae in Galamoth. Huge armor upgrade. Let's see if this cemetery trip was worth it for Fuse. First check is a Gungnir. Gungnir's pretty good. Not a required find, not like a top weapon, but, you know, solid. Could be helpful for Chaos. Next check is what? Oh, well, speaking of good weapons, that's 2 seeds in a row with Excalibur. I'm sure Fuse is very happy to find that. Meanwhile, Legion for Vae. How does he want to play this? Alright, so Fuse got a mysterious yellow soul. Can't be sure what that is, unfortunately. But yeah, this is a pretty good strat here. Vae does not have the best weapons. But Bifron does a lot of combo damage, which is good. This fight will probably take a while, however. Yeah, at this point, our runners are running quite low on area checks. I think at this point, it's either got to be Reservoir or Clock Tower. But we'll see. They might find something past Legion here. That's a very interesting use of the tall hammer for double and triple hits while crouched. That's actually a strat I've never seen before. Very creative from Vae. Alright, so that was not so bad. Vae's also going to get a ton of level ups from that Legion fight. Okay, so the way this updated randomizer works, in any given seed, there is a 70% chance that Black Panther will be placed somewhere in the castle, and a 30% chance that it'll just never show up. So as we progress through the castle here, we're almost done with the checks. It's looking like Panther's probably not going to be here, but there is the possibility that it's just found late. If that's the case... Oh, hang on. Vae spots the yellow book here. Dead Crusader. I am not sure if either runner has found Dead Crusader. It's possible that Fuse has. There were a couple of frame drops during Yellow Souls in particular, so it's possible he found it, we weren't able to see it. Ah, here we go. So top floor was actually connected to quarters. Good. Okay. So Vae looks to be in the lead now. Fuse, meanwhile, is going to go down and do these school-locked checks in the clock tower. There are a couple down here, plus an area transition. So I expect this is going to lead to, I think, Arena? Not sure what else it might be. Elfin Robe, great pickup for Fuse. Hang on, blue canister. Oh, nice find. Okay, so kind of a stacked clock tower. Both an elfin robe and giant bat, which may be required for that blue book. That's great for Fuse. We are, however, still looking for that red book. A couple more checks in the top floor, maybe. Okay, Cognazo. So, it seems like a bit of an empty top floor. Oh, interesting. Okay. So, top floor actually leading back to the clock tower. That's actually nice for Vae, because Vae can just loop right around. This is one of those reasons, like I mentioned earlier, that going to top floor early is nice. You don't have to worry about that dead end. Alright, so Fuse heading down to the Forbidden Area checks. This could be interesting. Now, even with even with Black Panther, this trip is quite a long one. Without it, it can take like a minute and a half, 2 minutes to get back. So I'm not sure if Fuse set up the save split. If so, that'll be a really nice time save, assuming this is nothing. The bad thing about coming down here, if you don't have all the books yet, is if you find a canister and you're not sure what one you need, you kind of have to make a call, like, do you risk quitting out, or do you just keep them and hope that they're needed? So there's a certain logic to saving these checks for later, but if it's something big down here, that could be huge. Okay, what do we got? Okay, just a plate. Fuse gonna save out. So yeah, I believe at this point, the only area we have not seen is Arena. I think that's right. Have we seen Study? Study might also be something we have to check out. Yeah, we have not seen Study either, it looks like. Let's switch on over to Fuse's audio here and take a look at what he finds past the reservoir. Question in chat, can the Chaos Ring show up in the item pool? It can, but the way the new randomizer works is that everything is weighted a little bit, depending on how good it is. So Chaos Ring is obviously the most broken piece of equipment in the game, so it's super rare. But it does happen, and Chaos Ring seeds are a lot of fun. Alright, so it looks like Vae is right on Fuse's heels here. Oh no, I'm sorry, he's actually at the bottom part of the reservoir. Okay. Sorry, that's my fault. Now, in fairness, those two rooms look almost identical. But yeah, they're diverging a bit here. Yeah, okay, so here we go. Fuse finds the study. And super late Black Panther. Wow, that is huge. Fuse now has a commanding lead here. Okay, so it looks like Vae's actually going to head up to Eastern and take a look at what that exit has. Yeah, still no sign of that red book. Alright, speaking of Dead Crusader, there it is. That's our required yellow tucked away in the study here. Good for Fuse. Something Vae also has to find eventually. Slide, okay. Slide is not going to be so helpful at this point, but maybe it can come in handy for dodging on Chaos. That's about it, really. Okay, so Fuse finds his yellow book. And I think at this point, Vae is going to stumble onto Arena at the left of the reservoir, which has to have the red book, I think. Oh, actually, hang on, it could be this one right here. Nah, just some tea. Excuse me, some coffee. I believe that also means Vae is going to find a duplicate copy of Panther in the arena as well, unless that somehow ended up in the Chaotic Realm? I don't think that's possible. I think it has to be somewhere earlier in the castle, but I could be wrong, in which case that'll be a bit unfortunate for Vae, but if Vae can find that duplicate soon, we'll be right back in it. Oh, actually, Vae's not doing the exit. Perhaps I'm getting my seeds mixed up then. I thought that was something they had yet to check. So where is the arena then, I wonder? Question in chat about the number of exits for Floating Gardens. Gardens is only 2. Yeah, it's kind of confusing, right? Because of the way the level design wraps around. It feels like it should be 3 or even 4, but it's really just 2. Everything else kind of loops in on itself. Okay, well the good news is Vae is going to find Panther right about now. But I believe Fuse is a minute and a half, 2 minutes ahead or so, give or take. Okay, so I think Fuse is going to have a much easier time with this Legion fight, thanks to the better weaponry. Yeah, nice fight from Fuse there. That was like that itself was like a good 45 seconds to a minute faster than Vae's fight from earlier, maybe more. And that's one of the reasons it can be smart to try and save Legion for later. Because it's good to get all that experience, but yeah, it can take a while. Yeah, so the big question now, I think, is where is the arena? My guess was that it was connected to Eastern Reservoir, but it's looking like that's actually not the case. Which means, where could it be? One guess in chat, the bottom exit of Clock Tower. I thought we saw that one, but honestly, that could have been the first seed, and that's one of the things that's so difficult, right? For players in this tournament, having to do seeds back to back, it's so easy. I can speak from experience here. It's so easy to mix up which areas connect to which other areas and trying to differentiate the seeds in your mind. It's quite easy to get confused, and that can be a difference maker. The backtracking, you know, if you get a little bit unlucky, that can cost 5+ minutes, just kind of trying to get your bearings back. So we'll see if that becomes a factor here. But shit, that red book has to be in the arena somewhere. Meanwhile, we're gonna have Vae pick up the blue. And what does that blue book tell us? Creaking Skull. I think they got that one. So that's 2 for 3 now. Yeah, it looks like Vae's hunting for that arena entrance. Yes, all of the tournament matches use a specific set of flags. It's Shop Sanity plus Area Shuffle plus Boss Shuffle, and a couple other smaller things related to logic, but those are the big core rules for this tournament here. Okay, so once again, Fuse fighting a boss that Vae beat earlier, but it's going to be way quicker with this upgraded equipment. Vae, unfortunately, also disappointed by what he found in Forbidden. And wow, 63 minutes in, Fuse finally gets double jump. That's got to be a record. That is the slowest Malphus I've ever seen. But yeah, Fuse definitely happy to find it. So, honestly, it comes down to the race for the arena. Both of our runners have Panther, both of our runners have cleared out the rest of the castle. At this point, that's what counts. Okay, I like this from Fuse. So Fuse is safe splitting right next to a war point. He's going to do some exploring. And if he finds himself at a dead end, he can just come right back here. No progress lost. Question in chat, is slide not required? Not strictly required, because Giant Bat can also go through one-tile passageways. I think Fuse is on the right track here. Let's see. Vae is opting to use the Poison Fist for the Headhunter fight. Got a lot of respect for that strat. I think it's very underrated. As you can see, the damage is quite good, but yeah, Devil is honestly going to be better for this fight. Alright, so we got a blackout bingo for both of our runners. Both trackers fully cleared out. All we need is that red book. Oh, interesting. Okay, so taking a look at Vae's side of the screen, we got another look at that yellow soul that Fuse picked up earlier, but was kind of unknown to us. It's a Stolas soul, which is super important. That's going to be very relevant for the final few bosses, because that is the best intelligence boosting yellow soul in the game. So really nice find. Okay, so Fuse is going to go to the left here. Let's see. Is this arena? Yes, it is. Okay, that's very tragic for Vae. Vae could have been here 15 minutes ago. And this is going to have the red book. And now the question becomes, does Vae even remember that this is an area check he neglected to do? Oh, never mind, there's Creaking Skull. Okay, so it also has the required blue soul. Stacked arena. There it is. So it looks like the 3 required souls are Winged Skeleton, Creaking Skull, and Dead Crusader. Now, Fuse does not have the blue book in his inventory, but he should remember where it is. Right? I'm getting a little bit concerned because he's heading to the right here, and not back to the warp. Meanwhile, Vae is doing a little cartography, studying the map. Yeah, it looks like Fuse does not remember the location of the blue book. So I would just chalk this up to loser's bracket nerves. There really is a lot of pressure and a lot of stakes at this portion of the bracket. So very understandable, I think, but it's kind of an interesting situation here. Whichever runner can remember first what's going on, and that one key check they have to do is going to win the race. And while I would absolutely hate to keep everybody in suspense about this, we are going to have to get out of here in 5 minutes to make way for the next event. So hopefully we get some kind of closure here soon. Whichever runner has that Eureka moment first is going to win. So we'll see. Okay, so Duplicate Panther was indeed in the arena. Oh, hang on now. I just took a look at Vae's screen. He remembered. Okay, Vae's in the lead. Vae is absolutely in the lead. Clutch from Vae. Let's switch on over. Man, what an exciting race here. Okay, so I think what's going to happen is Vae's going to find that red book and just bail. Gets the required blue. Is he out of here? He's out of here, okay. I'm very impressed. It is so tough when you're in that situation to keep your composure. You know, kind of focus your mind and remember, what could I have possibly overlooked? Really impressed by that play from Vae. I think Fuse also had a great couple of seeds here. The chips just didn't quite fall his way. But yeah, obviously a really outstanding player. Let's see if Fuse can remember right now where the blue book is. This could get interesting again. Oh, a death from Vae. He saved, right? I think he saved. Please tell me he saved. Yeah, okay, so losing a couple minutes here, but it's recoverable. And let's see, where is Fuse heading off to? Okay, it looks like Fuse is going to be doing a tour of the castle. So with a few more deaths from Vae, it is possible that Fuse catches up. However, unfortunately, we are going to have to go ahead and say goodbye. We have another event coming up right now on SpeedGaming. So let me go ahead and say some farewells. Please do give these great runners a follow. I think they put on a great show today. If you'd also like to watch the conclusion of this race here, you can check them out on their channels. If you enjoyed this commentary today, you can also follow me. And please do stay tuned for more SpeedGaming action. Take care, everybody.